Welcome back, coin hunters and history lovers. Today, we are diving into the incredible story of the 1977 1-cent Liberty coin, a seemingly ordinary penny that could be hiding a small fortune in your pocket change. Yes, you heard that right. Some versions of this coin have reportedly fetched up to $55,000 on the collector's market. What makes this penny so special? Why would someone pay tens of thousands of dollars for a coin most of us walk past every day? Stay tuned, because in this deep dive episode, we'll reveal everything from its rich history, rare error varieties, minting details, and how you can spot one of these valuable treasures. Let's unlock the mystery of the 1977 Lincoln cent. First, let's start with the basics. The 1977 Lincoln cent, commonly known as the 1-cent Liberty coin, was minted in Denver, as identified by the small letter D under the date on the obverse side. The obverse features a right-facing bust of President Abraham Lincoln, a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. It was created by Victor David Brenner, and has since become one of the most iconic images on American currency. The reverse of the 1977 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the original wheat ears design in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. On this side, you'll also find the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and of course, 1 cent. But now you're asking, what makes the 1977 version so valuable? Let's talk about the numbers first. In 1977, the Denver Mint struck a total of 4.2 billion Lincoln cents. That's right, billions with a B. With such a high mintage, the coin in its basic form is extremely common and still found in circulation today. But the devil, my friends, is in the details. While the majority of these coins are worth only their face value 1 cent, there are some exceptionally rare varieties and error coins that can be worth thousands, or even up to $55,000 in high-end auctions. Let's break it down. The standard 1977 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, with a diameter of 19 millimeters and a weight of 3.11 grams. But what makes a common coin valuable is condition, rarity, and errors. Let's begin with coin grading. A coin graded MS-60 mint state 60 is considered the lowest end of uncirculated coins. As you climb up the grading scale toward MS-65, MS-67, and even MS-69, the value increases dramatically. A flawless, uncirculated 1977 Lincoln penny graded at MS-67, red road, meaning it has retained its original red copper color, can fetch between $1,000 to $7,000. But here's where it gets shocking. A few known specimens of the 1977 penny with ultra-rare errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, and wrong planchet strikes have fetched between $15,000 and $55,000 at major auctions. One coin, reportedly struck on a silver dime planchet instead of a copper penny blank, was sold for an eye-popping $55,000 due to its one-of-a-kind minting mistake. These coins are extremely rare, and only a handful have been authenticated by grading services like PCGS or NGC. The highest prices are usually paid for MS-67 plus red examples. Major error coins like off-metal strikes. Double die obverse or reverse. Full red color and perfect luster. So how can you tell if your 1977 penny is valuable? Let's break it down. Step 1. Check the mint mark. Make sure the D is present under the date. This confirms it's from the Denver Mint. Step 2. Inspect for errors. Look for doubling in the letters of Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date. Doubling means a double die variety worth serious cash. Step 3. Look for off-center strikes, missing details, or coins that seem thinner or shinier than usual. These could indicate a coin struck on the wrong planchet, a major mint error. Step 4. Examine the color. Red coins in high grades are the most valuable. If your coin has that brilliant coppery shine and looks brand new, it's worth having it graded. Step 5. Weigh the coin. A genuine 1977 penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If it weighs less, it may have been struck on a dime blank jackpot. So what's the current market value of the 1977 D Liberty penny? Here's a breakdown based on condition. Circulated, 1 cent face value. MS63 red, $5 to $15. MS65 red, $50 to $100. MS67 red, $1,500 to $7,000. Rare error coins or wrong planchet, $15,000, $55,000 plus. The value can vary based on auction houses, demand, and rarity, but it's safe to say this penny has serious collector interest in pristine condition or with unique characteristics. If you have a collection of old coins, or a box of loose change at home, it might be time to dig in. That 1977 D penny in your piggy bank could be worth far more than 1 cent. Who knows, you might be holding a $55,000 treasure without even knowing it. Have you ever found a rare penny? Do you have a 1977 D Lincoln cent in mint condition or with strange markings? Tell us in the comments below. We love hearing from fellow coin enthusiasts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating world of coins. Every penny has a story, and some are worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting. My important fellows, could a single penny change your life? What if I told you that a tiny copper coin from 1979, the 1 cent Liberty coin, could be worth as much as $52,000? That's right. A coin that most people overlook, toss in jars, or let sit in wallets might just be a hidden treasure. Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we are unlocking the fascinating story of the 1979 1 cent Liberty coin from the United States, its mysterious past, hidden secrets, valuable errors, and the shocking prices collectors are paying for rare versions today. This is not just any penny, this is a piece of American history. Part 1. History of the 1979 1 cent Liberty coin. The Lincoln 1 cent coin, often called the Liberty cent by collectors, is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, this penny became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, a bold move at the time. The original design was created by famed sculptor Victor David Brenner, with Lincoln's bust on the obverse and, starting in 1959, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse to mark the sesquicentennial of his birth. Fast forward to the year 1979. The United States was going through major changes. The economy was turbulent, inflation was high, and the price of copper had risen dramatically. The penny you see from that year is more than just metal, it's a reflection of American history and economic reality. In 1979, these pennies were still being struck in 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them that familiar reddish-brown hue and giving them added value due to their metal content. Part 2. 1979 mint locations and coin variants. The 1979 1 cent coin was minted in 3 different locations. Philadelphia, with no mint mark. Denver, with the D mint mark. San Francisco for proof sets, with the S mint mark. Philadelphia produced the majority, minting hundreds of millions of coins. But what makes these coins special are the rare errors and specific varieties that have become extremely valuable in the collector's world. Part 3. The coins worth thousands. Now, here's where it gets exciting. While a typical 1979 penny might only be worth a cent or slightly more for uncirculated ones, certain rare versions and errors have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. Let's talk about the double die errors. Some 1979 pennies show doubling on the date or the word Liberty, and these can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on condition and visibility of the error. But it doesn't stop there. Imagine owning a 1979 S-Type 2-proof penny, known for its clear and sharp S mint mark, unlike the blurry Type 1. These were only minted in small quantities and are incredibly sought after today. Then, there are the off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, and even transitional errors where planchets from different years were used. Coins with these features can skyrocket in value, sometimes crossing the 5-figure range. The most talked about 1979 Lincoln penny. A flawless MS-67 red specimen with strong luster, perfect strike, and zero blemishes that once sold at auction for $52,000. Yes, $52,000 for a penny. Part 4. How to identify a valuable 1979 penny. So how do you know if your 1979 1-cent Liberty coin is worth a fortune? Here are the key things to check. Mint state coins MS65 or higher are worth more. Look for sharp detail, clean surfaces, and vibrant red color. Check for the presence and clarity of the D or S mint mark. Especially look for the Type 2S on proof coins. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to search for doubling, misaligned dies, cracks, and off-center strikes. Lincoln's jacket lines, hair, and the columns on the memorials should be sharp and fully struck. If you think you've got a special one, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade and verified error can multiply your coin's value exponentially. Part 5. Market value and demand in 2025. In the current market of 2025, the 1979 1-cent Liberty coin continues to attract interest from collectors around the world. While standard circulated coins may fetch between 2 to 10 cents due to their copper content, coins in brilliant uncirculated BU condition can be valued at $1 to $10. But here's the real thrill: error coins, proof coins, and high-grade slabbed specimens can sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The highest recorded sales so far has reached $52,000, and the demand for rare error varieties continues to rise. If you're sitting on a jar of old pennies, or if you've inherited a coin collection, now is the time to take a closer look. That one little coin could be your big break. Part 6. The hidden gem in your pocket. So, the next time you find a 1979 1-cent Liberty coin, don't just spend it without a second thought. Examine it. Appreciate it. Because it might be more than just a penny. It could be a portal to the past and possibly even a fortune. These coins carry the legacy of President Lincoln, the artistry of American engravers, and the story of an era when a single cent could speak volumes. Who knows? Your penny might just be the one worth $52,000. Thank you for watching. If you learned something new, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another coin story. Drop a comment if you think you have a valuable penny, or if you'd like us to cover your favorite coin next. Until then, happy hunting, and keep searching. Because treasure is out there, even in the smallest places. My guys, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into one of the most mysterious and fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the 1982 1-cent Liberty coin from the United States. This coin may look small, simple, and even ordinary, but don't be fooled. Hidden among these coppery cents is a version that's worth up to $48,000 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny from 1982 could fetch thousands of dollars. But how is that possible? What makes this coin so valuable? And what should you look for in your own coin collection or pocket change? Sit back, relax, and get ready for the ultimate journey into the world of the 1982 Lincoln cent, a coin that could quite literally change your life. The story of the Lincoln cent began in 1909, introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. For the first time in American history, a real person was featured on a regular issue coin. Sculptor Victor David Brenner was chosen to design it, and since then, the Lincoln cent has become a cornerstone of American coinage. Fast forward to 1982, a year that would change the Lincoln penny forever. Why? Because in 1982, the United States Mint did something they had never done before in the Lincoln cent series. They changed the metal composition of the coin in the middle of the year. Until 1982, Lincoln cents were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But copper was becoming too expensive. So the U.S. Mint decided to switch to a cheaper material, a core of 99.2% zinc with a thin copper coating, reducing costs significantly. Here's where it gets really interesting. Both copper and zinc versions were produced during the same year. And to complicate things even more, the Mint also used two different styles of dates, one with large numerals and one with small numerals. In total, There are 7 recognized varieties of the 1982 penny. And among those 7, one variety is incredibly rare and extremely valuable, the famous 1982D small date copper cent. This is the holy grail of 1982 Lincoln cents, the Denver minted small date, made from copper. Now listen closely. Officially, the Denver Mint was not supposed to strike any copper cents in 1982. All Denver coins were meant to be made from the new zinc composition. However, one or more copper planchets blank coin discs somehow got mixed into the production line. The result? A few extremely rare 1982D small date copper cents were accidentally minted and released into circulation. For decades, collectors thought it was a myth, until one was discovered and certified by professional coin grading service PCGS. And the value? Hold on to your seat, that coin sold for $18,000, and today, high-grade examples could go for up to $48,000 or more depending on condition and market demand. That's 1 cent, worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now you're probably wondering, how can you tell if your 1982 penny is the rare and valuable one? Here's what you need to do. Step 1. Check the date and mint mark. You're looking for 1982D, that's a penny made at the Denver Mint with the small date variety. Step 2. Weigh the coin. A copper cent weighs 3.11 grams, while a zinc cent weighs only 2.5 grams. So if your 1982D small date penny weighs 3.11 grams, you might be holding a treasure. Step 3. Get it professionally graded. If you think you've found the real deal, send it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate the metal content and confirm if it's the valuable copper version. In recent years, the demand for rare era coins and transitional varieties like the 1982D copper small date has skyrocketed. Coin collectors, investors, and even treasure hunters are keeping a close eye on every 1982 penny they come across. Currently, the market value for a verified 1982D copper small date penny in excellent condition can range from $10,000 to $48,000 and possibly even more at auction if bidding heats up. Think about it. There are millions of 1982 pennies still floating around in jars, drawers, piggy banks, and pockets. Could one of them be the jackpot everyone's looking for? It's not just about the money either. It's the thrill of the hunt, the satisfaction of solving a numismatic puzzle, and the joy of holding a rare piece of history in your hand. So next time you find a penny, especially one from 1982, don't toss it aside. Weigh it. Examine it. It might be your ticket to an incredible payday. The 1982 1-cent Liberty coin is more than just spare change, it's a symbol of a transition in U.S. history, a fascinating variety with hidden secrets, and potentially, a life-changing discovery. Whether you're a beginner, a seasoned collector, or someone just curious about the coins in your pocket, keep an eye out for this legendary cent. Because somewhere out there, one of these rare copper coins is waiting to be found. Will you be the one to uncover it? If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1982 Lincoln cent, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another treasure hunting adventure. And if you think you've found a rare penny, let us know in the comments. Your story might just be featured in our next video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting! My dears friends and coin lovers and treasure hunters. In today's next episode, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most common coins you've probably seen, the humble 1986 1-cent Liberty coin. But don't be fooled by its size or its face value. Some rare versions of this coin are turning heads and cashing in for as much as $45,000 in the collector's market. That's right. What seems like an ordinary penny could, under the right conditions, be worth a small fortune. So grab your coin jar, and let's find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln cent, also commonly known as the 1-cent Liberty coin, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Before that, U.S. coins carried symbolic representations like Lady Liberty, but Lincoln's portrait marked a new era in American coinage. His face appeared on the obverse, that's the front of the coin, while the reverse initially featured two wheat ears, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. Fast forward to 1959, and the reverse was updated to the Lincoln Memorial design to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This version continued through to the year 2008. The 1986 coin belongs to this generation, making it a Lincoln Memorial cent. Now let's focus on the 1986 version of this coin. It was minted in 3 different U.S. mints. Philadelphia Mint, these coins do not carry a mint mark. Denver Mint, these coins have a small D mint mark beneath the date. San Francisco Mint, these were mostly proof coins, intended for collectors, and bear the S mint mark. In total, over 7 billion Lincoln cents were struck in 1986, so it's no surprise that this coin is extremely common in circulation. But here's the twist: what makes some of these coins valuable isn't how many were made, but how few exist in pristine, or error-filled condition. Let's talk about value. A typical 1986 penny that's been through vending machines, pockets, and laundry cycles? It's worth exactly 1 cent. But if you happen to have a 1986 Lincoln cent in near perfect condition, what collectors call MS-67, MS-68, or even MS-69, then you're looking at serious money. In mint state 67 red condition, the coin might bring you $50 to $100. In mint state 68 red, that jumps to $500 or more. And here's where it gets crazy: a 1986 Lincoln cent in MS-69 RD. That's red designation and almost flawless, sold for a jaw-dropping $45,000 in a high-profile auction. That's the power of perfection in the coin world. So, what makes these rare coins so valuable? A few things. First, condition. Most coins get scratched, dinged, and worn from circulation. But if your 1986 penny was pulled straight from a bank roll, stored carefully, and still shines with its original mint luster, you've got something special. Next, color. Collectors distinguish between RD red, original mint red shine, the most valuable. RB red brown, some red with some brown toning. BN brown, fully toned with age, less valuable. The more red and flawless your coin is, the higher its value. But wait, there's more. Some 1986 pennies are valuable because of errors during minting. We're talking about off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing. Double dies, where letters or numbers appear doubled. Clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin is literally cut off. Broad strikes, where the coin is struck without the collar, making it appear flattened. Collectors love error coins. And a rare, dramatic error from 1986. It could easily be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on its rarity and condition. Let's take a closer look at some famous 1986 error examples. One of the most talked about is the 1986 double die reverse, where the letters in E pluribus unum appear slightly doubled. Another is the off-center strike, where up to 50% of the design might be missing, and that's money in your pocket if it's clean and uncirculated. So be sure to check your coins carefully. Even a tiny anomaly can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know if my coin is worth anything? The best way is to get it graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify your coin's condition, verify any errors, and assign a grade that can dramatically impact its market value. Collectors and dealers trust these services, and so should you. To sum it all up, the 1986 1-cent Liberty coin may be small, but it carries a big story and even bigger value potential. In circulated condition, it's just a penny. In uncirculated, red, high-grade condition, it could be worth hundreds. And in rare cases, with errors or nearly perfect MS-69 grade, it could be worth up to $45,000 or more. So the next time you see a penny, don't just toss it in the jar. Flip it. Check the date. Inspect it. You never know, you might be holding a piece of history and a pocket full of profit. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more in-depth guides on valuable coins hiding in your change, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a treasure hunting tip. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your coins clean, and your collection growing. Happy collecting, and who knows, maybe your penny is worth a fortune. Have you ever held a simple penny in your hand and wondered if it might be worth a fortune? What if I told you that one ordinary looking coin, a 1980 61-cent Liberty coin, could be hiding a value of over $44,000? That's right. In today's episode, we're uncovering the incredible story behind this small but mighty piece of American currency. Grab your magnifying glass, because you just might have a treasure sitting in your pocket. In the world of coin collecting, the phrase "condition is everything" is repeated often, but what makes a 1980 60 Lincoln cent, struck by the billions, worth thousands of dollars today? Let's go back in time to understand its roots, design, and historical significance before we dive into what makes certain specimens of this coin truly exceptional. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, when it replaced the Indian head penny to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features a right-facing portrait of the 16th President of the United States, a symbol of liberty, unity, and leadership during one of the most turbulent times in American history. The 1980 60 Lincoln cent follows this same traditional design, with Abraham Lincoln's bust gracing the front. Above his head, the word liberty is boldly stamped, a testament to America's enduring values. To the right, the year 1986 is struck, and just beneath it, a small yet crucial letter appears, the mint mark D, representing the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint in 1986 was operating at full capacity, churning out over 4.4 billion 1-cent coins that year alone. Yes, billion with a B. Most of these coins were ordinary, used daily and eventually worn down by circulation. But a select few were struck with such precision and preserved so perfectly that they remain virtually flawless to this day. And that, my friends, is where rarity meets value. In the numismatic world, even among billions of coins, perfection is a rare commodity. A 1980 60 Lincoln cent graded MS-68 red, meaning mint state with full red luster, can fetch eye-popping amounts at auction. In one extraordinary case, a single 1980 60 penny sold for a jaw-dropping $44,000. This wasn't magic. It was minting excellence combined with immaculate preservation. You might ask, how can 1 cent possibly be worth more than a luxury car? The answer lies in a few factors: flawless strike quality, untouched luster, complete absence of blemishes, and rarity in that condition. Most coins from 1986 show wear and discoloration. But an MS-68RD example shines like the day it was minted. That blazing red color and mirror-like surface elevated from pocket change to prized possession. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale. A grade of 68 is almost perfect, and for a coin minted in such massive quantities, a grade this high is almost unheard of. Professional graders from services like PCGS and NGC are the gatekeepers to these valuations. A coin that looks common to the untrained eye could be a numismatic superstar under the microscope. In 2019, the numismatic world witnessed the incredible sale of a 1980 60 Lincoln cent in MS-68RD condition for an astonishing $44,000. This wasn't just a fluke, it was a testament to the coin's rarity in perfect condition. Collectors around the world seek out these ultra-gem specimens, willing to pay tens of thousands to add them to their elite collections. But it's not just about the price tag. This coin represents the thrill of the hunt. The idea that in a pile of pennies, one perfect cent could be a life-changing discovery. It's about American history, minting art, and the dreams of collectors who chase perfection. Now, let's talk more about the historical backdrop of the 1986 coin. Ronald Reagan was President of the United States. The Cold War tensions were still running high, and America was pushing forward with technological advances. The Lincoln cent remained a constant in people's hands and pockets, a symbol of consistency and heritage amid change. On the reverse of the coin, you'll see the image of the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. Hidden within this intricate design, you can actually see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial. This level of detail is remarkable considering the coin's small size. And for those who collect error coins, Any deviation in this reverse design could also increase the coin's value. Speaking of errors, always be on the lookout for double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched min marks. While no major error is widely known for the 1986 D issue, the world of errors is vast and full of surprises. A unique error could drastically increase your coin's value. Today, most circulated 1986 D Lincoln cents are worth just face value. But a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially one that's been certified by a grading company, can be worth $5, $50, or even several $100s. And in extremely rare cases, it can skyrocket into the tens of thousands. So what's the takeaway here? First, never underestimate the power of a penny. Second, if you have a 1986 D Lincoln cent lying around, take a closer look. Preserve it, research it, or better yet, get it graded. You might just be holding a hidden gem. This tiny copper coin tells a story of history, craftsmanship, and the endless potential for discovery. It reminds us that even in the smallest things, immense value can be found. And sometimes, that ordinary coin in your jar of change might just be worth more than gold. Thank you for joining us on this numismatic adventure. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and leave a comment if you've ever found an unusual penny. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your coins safe. You never know what treasure you might hold. Have you ever held a tiny copper coin in your hand and wondered if it could be worth a fortune? What if I told you that a small, humble-looking 1997 1-cent Liberty coin from the United States, yes, just a penny, could be worth up to $41,000 today? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, buckle up, because in this video, we're diving deep into the incredible story, hidden secrets, and shocking value of the 1997 Lincoln penny. You might want to check your pocket change after this. Segment 1. Origins of the Lincoln cent. Let's start at the beginning. The Lincoln cent, often known as the Liberty 1-cent coin, has been a core part of American coinage since 1909. It was introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the first real person ever depicted on a circulating U.S. coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin has changed subtly over the decades, but its heart remains the same. It represents the everyday American spirit, freedom, and resilience. And the word liberty boldly displayed on the obverse. That's no accident, it's a proud reminder of the values that define the nation. Segment 2. 1997 specific details. Now, let's talk about 1997. This year wasn't supposed to be special for pennies. Over 4.6 billion Lincoln cents were struck that year. The Philadelphia Mint was responsible for a massive portion of these coins, so many, in fact, that nobody gave them a second thought. Made from zinc coated in copper as standard since 1982, the 1997 penny weighs just 2.5 grams. It features the familiar image of Lincoln on the front, with the inscriptions "I in God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1997. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial. If you look closely enough, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside it. Ordinary, right? But don't be fooled. Segment 3. The big twist: why some 1997 pennies are worth thousands. So how on earth does a 1997 Lincoln penny go from being worth 1 cent to an astronomical $41,000? Here's the secret. Errors, rarity, condition, and mystery. In the vast ocean of coins produced each year, some slip through with fascinating mistakes. These error coins are what collectors live for. And in 1997, a very small number of Lincoln cents were struck with extraordinary errors so rare, so bizarre, and so pristine that they're now considered valuable treasures. Some of the known valuable errors on the 1997 Liberty 1-cent coin include: double die obverse DDO. This error happens when the coin is struck more than once with slight misalignment, leading to noticeable doubling in the lettering or date. If you see thick, shadow-like letters on the word Liberty or "I in God We Trust," you may have struck gold. Off-center strikes. A coin that is not perfectly aligned when struck results in a wildly off-centered image. Depending on how far off the strike is, these coins can be worth hundreds or thousands, especially if the date is still visible. BIE error. This is a small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, forming what looks like the letter I. It's not always worth a fortune, but it's a collectible quirk that adds to a penny's premium. Clean high-grade coins. A 1997 Lincoln cent graded MS-68 or higher, especially one certified by PCGS or NGC, can command thousands. In fact, a perfectly preserved 1997 penny in mint state with no errors once sold at auction for over $41,000, simply because of its flawless condition and eye appeal. Segment 4. How to know if you have a rare 1997 penny. So, how can you tell if that penny in your pocket is just spare change or a jackpot? First, grab a magnifying glass or loupe. Check the date. Look at Liberty. Examine I In God We Trust. If you notice any doubling, cracks, or unusual marks, get excited. Next, check the overall condition. Does it look brand new? Almost like it was just minted. No scratches, no dirt, full shine. That's what collectors call mint state. To be absolutely sure, submit your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. If it comes back graded MS-67 or higher, you might just be holding a mini fortune. Segment 5. Market value and collector demand. In today's collector market, the 1997 Liberty 1-cent coin is hotter than ever. While regular, worn examples are only worth face value 1 cent, the rarest and finest coins can command anywhere between $100 and $41,000, depending on their era type, condition, and grade. High-grade 1997 pennies with full red luster and zero blemishes are incredibly difficult to find. That's what makes them so valuable. In a world full of billions of coins, only a tiny handful reach that elite level. Even minor error coins from 1997 have recently sold on auction websites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and great collections for hundreds to thousands of dollars. Segment 6. Final thoughts and call to action. So what's the lesson here? Never underestimate your pocket change. The 1997 Liberty 1-cent coin, small, simple, overlooked, could be your hidden treasure. Whether it's an ultra-rare error, a mint state masterpiece, or just a beautiful copper memory of American history, this coin has captured the fascination of collectors around the world. Start checking your jars, drawers, piggy banks, and pocket change. Who knows? You could be holding a $41,000 fortune and not even know it. If you found this video helpful or exciting, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Drop a comment below if you've got a 1997 penny, and tell us what you found. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, happy hunting, and may the next coin in your hand be worth a small fortune. This is GZ Coins World, uncovering the history behind the coins you carry every day. My dears, again back to the world of rare American coins, where small pieces of metal hold incredible stories and sometimes life-changing value. In today's video, we'll take a deep dive into one very special coin, the 2003 D1-cent Liberty coin. At first glance, it might look like any other penny in your pocket, but don't be fooled. This little coin could be worth thousands, yes, you heard that right, even up to $38,000 in certain rare conditions. Stick with us as we uncover the true history, hidden secrets, collectible value, and the market demand behind this fascinating piece of US currency. You won't believe what this coin is hiding, and by the end of this video, you might just want to check your own change jar for a treasure hiding in plain sight. Let's rewind the clock for a moment and talk about the roots of this coin. The 1-cent coin, often known as the Lincoln cent, has a long and proud history dating all the way back to 1909, when President Abraham Lincoln became the first real person to appear on a circulating U.S. coin. It was designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The obverse or front of the coin features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, and it has remained virtually unchanged for over a century. The reverse, back in 2003, still displayed the familiar Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been used since 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. Now let's zoom in on the 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin specifically. In 2003, the Denver Mint marked by the small d just under the date struck over 3.5 billion Lincoln cents. That's right, billions with a B. So you might be asking, if there were billions of these coins made, how can one possibly be worth over $38,000? The answer lies in a few powerful words: condition, rarity, errors, and demand. First up, let's talk about condition. Most of the 2003 cents were struck for everyday use, which means they've been tossed in pockets, slid across countertops, dropped on sidewalks, and generally roughed up over the years. These circulated coins are worth just 1 cent, maybe a few cents to collectors. But if you have a 2003 cent that's never been used, never touched by human hands, and has a perfect strike, you're in a whole new league. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can receive a mint state MS rating from MS60 up to a perfect MS70. That grading can massively affect the coin's value. Most uncirculated 2003 cents are in the MS62 to MS65 range, worth maybe a few bucks. But an MS69 or MS70? That's the holy grail. Those coins are so rare, so pristine, that they become true collector's items. And guess what? One such 2003 Lincoln cent, graded MS70, sold for an astonishing $38,000 at auction. That's $38,000 for a penny, all because of its flawless condition and extreme rarity at that grade. Next up, let's talk about mint errors. This is where things get even more exciting. Coin collectors, or numismatists, go wild for rare errors. We're talking about off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and coins struck on the wrong metal. If you happen to have a 2003 cent with a visible double die, where the details are stamped twice slightly off, or a cent with a misalignment in the strike or planchet cut, you could be holding on to a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity and visibility of the error. These mint errors are basically manufacturing accidents, happy little mistakes that turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Let's now talk about market demand. Right now, the coin collecting community is growing faster than ever before. People from around the world are pouring into the hobby, searching for hidden treasures, investing in physical history, and building personal collections. This growing interest pushes the price of rare coins even higher. The 2003 Lincoln cent in MS70 condition is known to be one of the most elusive modern coins in such high grade, which is why collectors are willing to pay such extraordinary prices for it. And let's be clear, it's not just about the money. For many collectors, owning a flawless example of this coin is about prestige, completeness, and passion for American history. So now comes the $1 million, or should we say $38,000 question. How do you know if you have one of these rare 2003 Lincoln cents? Here's what you need to do. 1. Find your 2003 cent, look just below the date for the D mint mark. 2. Check the condition, is it shiny, clean, free from scratches or wear? If so, you might have something special. 3. Use a magnifying glass, look closely for any doubling in the text or numbers. 4. Weigh the coin. A standard copper-plated zinc cent should weigh about 2.5 grams. Anything unusual could mean an error. 5. Get it graded. If your coin looks perfect or has an error, submit it to a professional grading service. They'll assess its condition and return it sealed in a protective slab with an official grade. Let's recap. The 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin may look ordinary, but in rare conditions it can be worth a fortune. A perfect mint state example has sold for up to $38,000 at auction. Add in the possibility of rare mint errors, and this humble penny becomes one of the most exciting coins to search for in the modern era. So what are you waiting for? Go check your coin jars, old drawers, and pocket change. You just might be sitting on a tiny treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the 2003 Liberty 1-cent coin. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and ring the bells so you never miss a chance to learn about the next valuable piece hiding in your pocket. Stay curious, keep collecting, and remember, in the world of coins, even a penny can be priceless.